we're taking a look at the embroidery that's happening on your new sewing machine. Now, instead of getting two different machines, it is all in one, and it's from the legacy brand that has been improving our lives for 170 years. This is Singer. Just take a look at this. What you are getting, 200 embroidery designs, 250 built-in stitches, which you can access through the touchscreen LED on the side. So maybe you are an expert crafter and you just want the two-in-one machine, or maybe this is your very first machine, your very first embroidering process. Maybe this is the first time you're ever getting into sewing and embroidery. You're gonna be able to do it because of everything that's already built in that walks you through. Now, this machine is the lowest price we have found anywhere in the market here at HSN. You can notice right now you're getting $300 off our normal HSN price. And this is all about personalizing those gifts. Maybe it is fashion, maybe it's home decor, maybe it's gifts, maybe it's crafting, but that personal touch. And maybe you're a quilter, and you think, well, why would I need this? The embroidery. Now you're gonna add embroidery to those quilting to make them personal. There are so many things you can do with this machine, and here at HSN, we throw in one of the biggest bundles we have ever done for you. I'll show you a quick shot of that, but everything that you need, you're getting right out of the box here at HSN. I want you to use your HSN card as well, because you're getting 18-month VIP financing, which means you can pay this off over a year and a half, no added fee, no added interest. That is $44.44 a month. We will ship this out to you after that first flexible payment there. Use your HSN card here. We're gonna dive right in. You're gonna be with us for 30 minutes here. We're gonna show you all of the projects, but we are gonna start with that embroidery, which you are getting 2 embroidery rings, including that larger size. But to educate us, one of Singer's educators, Bethany McHugh, is here to walk us through. Hi, Bethany, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I mean, this is mesmerizing for me to watch, right? Because now you can personalize all of that right here. If you think about it, if you go out and have someone do this kind of professionally, how expensive, how long it takes, are they gonna get it right? Is it exactly what I want? Now you're doing it in your own home. And the size of space that you get to work on is huge.
I love that you mentioned that, because typically with an embroidery machine, you get the smallest hoop in the box. And it does come with the 100 by 100, which we have right here, which is great for like the small projects or the little pocket or whatever. But this machine is gonna include the biggest hoop, which is the 260 by 150. Which is easily gonna do an entire shirt. Like, look at that. Like, that would fit.
Look, if you're embroidering, you're getting this included.
Yes.
I have to say, normally here at HSN, this is something that you'd buy extra. I would recommend, I'd say, oh, you're gonna love it, pay the extra 20, 25 bucks. You're getting this included as well.
And that's what we're embroidering on right now, is this bigger size hoop. And what I mentioned before, what I wanna mention is that there are over 200 embroidery designs included in the machine, plus 6 fonts. So people typically get into embroidery for monogramming and that kind of personalization, and then they start expanding, and it just like, you know, you just can't stop once you start, right? But with those 200 designs, you do get a little flash drive. I know it's teeny tiny here, and it comes with the machine. It says Singer on it, so you know it goes to this machine. And it has the design saved on here, but it also allows you to bring in other designs. So let's say you purchase one off Etsy, or you have a friend make one for you, or you use our embroidery software to make your own embroidery design. You can put it right here, plug it into the side of the machine. It plugs in right here in this little port. So it's super easy to do. Then you're not limited. I mean, yes, we give you 200 designs and 6 fonts to get you started. I mean, you're gonna have a lot to play with, but once you have them, you're gonna wanna do more, like, I don't know, your kid's sports team logo or personalizing their things. And I actually like to take it a step further. On that flash drive is the PDF, so you can print out all of the 200 designs that are on the machine, so you can always reference them. There's a ton of them. And it tells you what size they are, what code it is. So each design has a number, and you just type it into the touchscreen, and you're ready to start.
That's gonna keep you busy for a long time, right? Just this right here. Again, if you are a beginner, if you've never thought you could do embroidery yourself, now you can. The fact, listen, my wife sews, as you know, if you guys are shopping with us, she teaches sewing as well, and I've always wanted to learn. We've never had a digital one with a touchscreen before, and it's a little intimidating to me to sit down at a sewing machine, but now I feel like with a touch screen and I can see exactly what I'm doing, it explains exactly what I need to do. Or if I make a mistake, it will tell me why, you know, hey, put the foot down or trim the thread, whatever it is, it will walk me through it. This is why I love this. You're able to do it. And then on top of all that, Bethany, it's from Singer.
It's from Singer.
I mean, I know my mom, my grandmother, they all had a Singer, right?
And it's a global brand. It is a trusted brand. It is the original sewing brand. And being around over 170 years, you just can't beat that. But I love that you mentioned that you're intimidated by what to do on a machine. You're like, where do I get started? And some people think that being a computerized machine, you need to know how to use all of that, but being computerized means it takes the guesswork out of it.
I love that.
It tells you, like you said, what to do. If a thread breaks, it'll pop up. If you need to put your foot down, it'll let you know before you start sewing. It literally tells you what to do. So if you've never sewn before, this machine's gonna walk you through it. Now, as we mentioned, Singer's a legacy brand, and one thing that we're really known for is our education. And one thing I love about Singer and things that I've created for Singer is our educational videos. So if you go to Singer's YouTube channel, there are actually 13 individual videos specifically on the legacy SE300 to walk you through how to wind a bobbin, how to thread the machine, how to hoop your material and set it up for embroidery, how to pick a design or a stitch, and it really sets you up for success. So when you do get this home, there's absolutely no reason to leave it in the box. If you do, I'm going to be very upset with you. There's no reason to, because you can get started right away.
And included too, if we get a second, I'd love to show the bundle that we're getting. This is a huge bundle.
All of these feet.
I also know, I hear from my wife as well, trying to decide what to buy, what I need, what I don't need. It starts to add up. It gets very expensive. Take a look. Maybe talk us through a little bit of what we're getting.
Right. So these are the feet that come with the machine and some of the other accessories. So you do get 4 bobbins right out the bat. So that's going to load you up plenty to get started with embroidery, sewing, all the things. You've got a buttonhole foot. This is actually the embroidery foot that we're using over there. It kind of bounces on top of the fabric, as you can see. This is your standard foot that I have on this machine right here. And then we have like your zipper foot and some other fun feet. This one right here, it's clear and it's kind of funny looking. And I asked Suzanne earlier, I said, do you know what this is? And she sews, and she's like, I actually don't know what that one is. And I think a lot of people get hung up on what are all of these feet. So this one right here actually holds your button in place so you can stitch your button down. No more hand sewing buttons.
Wow.
So not only can I do the buttonhole, I can attach my button as well. And you mentioned the quilters. This one right here is our 1/4 inch piecing foot with the lines, and it's clear so you can really see exactly where you're going. And then this one right here is our satin stitch foot. It's going to give you nice visibility, really glide. And I'm going to show you some examples of those satin stitches here in a little bit.
Just the idea, you know what I'm doing? I'm sitting here, I'm watching this, and I'm thinking about all the gifts I want to give to my friends, putting their names on it, putting their favorite characters on there. And maybe it's just the embroidery. Maybe I won't even get into the sewing quite yet, but just to personalize everything holiday season. I've never embroidered anything in my life, and I already have a list right now of the gifts I'm going to give people. Now that's how.
So are you taking this one home?
This is. Sounds like if my wife hasn't already ordered one. Yes, right. Well, she probably has.
Well, I love that you mentioned that you don't actually have to know how to sew, and a lot of people get started with embroidery not knowing how to sew, not making the project from start to finish. So I actually brought some things today that I didn't make, but I embroidered on.
Oh, cool.
So one of the ones I love to show off is cards. We have scrapbookers or card makers.
Yes.
Okay, so we can totally cross mingle our crafts. This is a card that I got, and I used my sewing machine and I just stitched down some fabric, and then I embroidered my son's name on it. I did one for all of my family. So we have, you know, these at the Thanksgiving table last year. And these were the place settings, and then inside I could write in the card why I'm thankful for them. So they can take it home and have a little keepsake.
Now it's a gift.
Yes, just a little something touch, and that makes a really wow moment when people come over and says, I really thought about your visit today.
That is beautiful. So that is, again, when I mentioned earlier, crafting or gifts or fashion or home decor.
I know. Okay. It's so fun. Now I have another one. Can I sneak right down here?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, this one.
What do we have?
Is an apron that I bought at the craft store. It's a little kid's apron. It's a pink apron. And I actually made this for my friend Emma, who just had her first little girl. And they named her Juniper, which I love the name. But Emma is a professional ballerina. She teaches dance. So when I saw this little ballerina bear, this is one of the designs built into the machine. Look how beautiful. That is professional stitching. It is beautiful. So when I saw that, I was like, well, I have to make this for her little daughter. So when she gets older, they can go baking in the kitchen together and wear this.
And even when she gets even older, she will keep this forever, right? The pink apron is great and it's a lovely gift, but as they grow out of it, they grow out of it.
This is like, without the embroidery, it's something that they put paint on and you throw it away.
Yeah, it is.
But now it's a keepsake that they hang up in a room.
Forever and ever. I still have gifts that when my kids are now 15, when my kids were younger, because it has their name on it. And to make those gifts for yourself at home, put whatever name on it, whatever design you choose, whatever you upload, what's already in there. I mean, that's what it's about. Those are those memories are created. This is why we remember Singer. This is why Singer is legacy, because they set us up for success.
Now, we did talk about the 200 embroidery designs that are built in, but we didn't mention the 250 decorative stitches that are built in, which are across the top here. And I know it kind of doesn't look like much here across the top. They're kind of condensed, but I have a way to show you what 250 stitches look like. Are you ready for this? I stitched, well, I personally didn't stitch all of these out. I'll be honest.
Are these the stitches?
These are the stitches. Like, I'm 5'6". It's as tall as me.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's huge.
I actually thought this was pretty artistic. I thought this was like a nice little runner you made here.
Yes, someone said, I'm gonna use that as a table runner.
Yeah. Those are all the stitches. Take a look at your screen if you're shopping with us today. What we are showing you are all of the pre-programmed, right? The pre-programmed stitches that are
250.
inside. That's pretty amazing. And you know, that's repeatable results as well, right? And you can access those through the touchscreen.
Yes, so you just pick them all.
Good.
They have a number. You just type in the number, you pick your stitch, and you're ready to go.
Oh my
so
goodness.
when we were talking about things that you can buy and embellish, you don't always have to use embroidery mode to embellish things. And I want to point that out because this shirt right here, and I showed this one earlier, I'm going to hold it up. None of this is embroidery. It's actually all decorative stitches. So I did stitches around the cuff, around the collar, and those little flowers coming out of the pocket. This is a store-bought shirt.
Yep.
And I just said it needed some color. And just a hint of color. You don't have to go overboard, but you absolutely can if you want. It's your shirt, your creativity. But these are just decorative stitches. I changed the threads. I had some fun.
That's such a cute idea.
Isn't
that
it
is
cute?
Such a cute idea. And it's one of a kind. It is unique, right? And yeah, you just buy the shirt, the pair of pants, whatever it is, and now all of a sudden it's unique. I mean, maybe we know how expensive it is to go out and get something like this done. Maybe you are making these for friends and family. Maybe you are selling it on your own Etsy shop, whatever it is, but now you've got that kind of a unique touch. And in such a compact design, remember, sewing machine, embroidery machine, first time ever from Singer on a today's special price. And I think this will be the only today's special for this type of combination machine for the rest of the year, of course. So if you are waiting, now is the time if you want to start on making those gifts for the holiday season. I want to point out a couple of things. $799.95 is the lowest price in the market as we watch the embroidery happen here. It's just kind of magical. It kind of come into life here. I could just sit and
watch it all day.
I know. You know what? It's great. Either sit and watch it or go have a coffee, go send some emails, come back, and you've got it done right here.
You know, you start it, you go stir the pot on the stove, and then you come back to it, and it just like, it's totally fine. And what I didn't mention earlier is we were talking about that touch screen. So let's say my thread does break, because it does happen sometimes.
Sure.
If it does break, it stops stitching, and it pops up a little alert on my screen that says my thread's broken. So it tells me I need to come rethread it. So I rethread my machine, I lower my foot, and I can even go back a few stitches to where I left off. So when I continue, when it's all done, you'll never even know that it messed up. So you don't have to start all over.
Oh, good. We're showing you on your screen. This is kind of what we call a split screen here. So we are showing you the embroidery. We're also showing you the touch screen at the moment right there.
Can I get a little nerdy?
I love, okay, let's do it.
Okay,
let's do it.
I get a little nerdy. I think you might like this. So if you're watching the screen right here, it's counting down the number of stitches that are left. So originally this design had 18,000 stitches. We're down to 6,000 and some change. Just while we've been doing this, we started it right when we started. So that's how quickly it stitches. It does 700 stitches a minute in embroidery mode and 800 stitches a minute in sewing mode. So Not only is it fast,
Yeah.
it's also pretty quiet. This is one of the quietest embroidery machines I've ever used. So if you're doing some late night crafting like I like to do, and you've got a little sleeping in the room next to you, you don't have to worry about waking them up.
And this, see how intricate, how precise, the precision of this, the professional quality you're getting. Again, I always recommend, encourage you to compare shop. This is the sewing and embroidery machine. This is the 2-in-1 from Singer. It's the lowest price we have found in the market anywhere. $300 off our normal HSN deal price. Free shipping and handling. We're also giving you an opportunity to get this on 18-month VIP financing. That is over a year and a half. I want you to think about how many projects you're going to do, how many gifts you're going to make, how much
money you'll save having someone else do your embroidered gifts.
Yes, how much money you will save. So take a look at your screen, your HSN card or your Q card, 18-month VIP financing. That comes down to $44.44 a month. That is it for all of those projects. We will cover the shipping and handling. You put down that first flexible payment. We will go ahead and ship this out to you now. Again, if you are an expert crafter, expert sewer, maybe you want that combination in that compact size so you're not having to have the embroidery machine and the sewing machine, compact size, or maybe you're a first time sewing machine. Maybe this is your very first sewing machine. Your first time embroidering. Maybe this is your first time and you're going with Singer, a brand over 170 years. They are a legacy brand. This is how we create those personal items. And what you're seeing is that touch screen, that computerized touch screen, so you know exactly what's going on. And I'm standing here just, my mind is going crazy of all of the projects I can do now, all of the gifts I want to give, all of the fun things. I have that old sweatshirt and it's like, you know, it'd be really cool if I put, I don't know, HSN on it. It'd be really cool if I put my name on it. It'd be cool if I put, you know, that quote that I love on there, whatever it is, right?
Just put that right there on your shirt.
Look at this. I'm going to put, look, I got a 5-star review from HSN, right? Things like this. Now all of a sudden, your creativity just goes wild.
It does, it does. And we were talking about, you know, embroidering on cardstock, on canvas aprons, on quilting cotton, but have you ever seen embroidery on burlap? How
That's
fun is
on
this?
burlap?
It's on burlap.
Oh my goodness, look how intricate that is.
And these are just fun, and then when I'm done, I just put it in the little wooden embroidery hoops, and I just like hot glued the back down, you know, we got a little crafty, and that's super fun, super easy, and this just takes a second. I can actually stitch out a few of these in one hoop, so I can actually make multiple at a time.
Oh, you can do that. Oh, okay,
you can do
that's
so
cool.
many fun things. You can work smart, not hard, right?
That's right, yes, there you go, right?
So I love that. Now, I have to ask, you said your wife sews.
Yes, she does.
Does she ever hide any little treats in her sewing machine?
No, what?
Okay.
Well, at least she hasn't told me about this.
You're gonna have to share this with her.
Okay.
This is my little secret.
What do you have in here? Oh, can you guys see? We got candy in the sewing machine.
Got candy in here.
You do not.
Do you want a little dark
God.
chocolate?
Yeah, thank you
Okay,
very
a
much.
little dark chocolate.
Wow.
Get us through our little airing here. That's what I put in mine, in those little trays. Some people put the accessories.
Okay.
But
you can do that
hide
too.
like M&Ms, chocolate bars.
I love that.
The little fun size, right?
Some of this late night sewing sessions. You're telling me you have maybe got your wine, you got your snacks there, or your accessories. Yes, if you want to put your accessories in there.
But when it's sewing for you and your hands free, you might as well have a little snack.
That is fantastic. I love it.
That's my little secret. You have to share that with her.
I will. It's not. I bet she's been doing that. She just hasn't been telling me.
It's her secret too. I just
love
outed her.
The design and the look of it as well. In this compact design, all of the kind of the surface area that you're getting right here, the touch screen as well. I keep looking up at this quilt over here because you and I were talking earlier about that quilt, and we're going to get to that. We're going to show you that quilt. You're probably seeing it in our shot a little bit there, but take a look at some of the kind of the sewing designs that you have right here, and what you can do.
So one of my favorite things, we just stitched a zigzag stitch. This is in sewing mode. There is a button right here on the front, right above where you're sewing, and it's a little scissor. We see the little scissor button right here?
Okay.
If I tap the scissor button, it cuts my threads for me.
Oh.
Did you hear? It's so quiet. But when I'm done, it's done. And it pulls my threads to the back. So when you're doing decorative stitches, you can't back stitch, but you can cut your threads, pull it to the back, and then tie them off to secure them. So super easy, beautiful stitches every time. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned yet is tension, and I'm sure you've heard your wife talk about this. Tension can be very frustrating on a sewing machine. If you've heard me say that word, I'm sorry if that upset you, because it's kind of like a scary word in the sewing world. But with this machine, you don't have to worry about tension. It auto tensions your sewing and your embroidery. That's why we get those perfection in the embroidery. That's why it does the stitches every time absolutely perfect. It looks professional every single time. So when you do give those gifts, people are gonna go, who did you send those off to have them done?
Yes, right. How much was this?
I did it myself.
Yes.
I love bragging when I've made something. Like earlier, I was like, oh, I made my shirt. And she's like, really? And I was like, of course. I love bragging about what I've made. And it's not even bragging, it's just I'm really proud. I'm really proud of it. And you too can be super proud of the gifts that you're gonna give this holiday season because of how professional these designs stitch out.
Okay, if you're just tuning in right now and you say Singer, I know the name, I love the name. A Singer sewing machine, great. I'm gonna jump in, I'm gonna grab a Singer sewing machine. It is the combination sewing machine and embroidery machine. Now you're gonna be able to do both, and maybe you're just gonna start with the embroidery because of all of the presets, because of the touchscreen. It is easy, it is intuitive, it's easy to navigate. There are presets. You can also upload new designs if you purchase new designs, whether it's fashion, home decor, gifts, crafting, whatever it is. And then the bundle we throw in, you're seeing 2 different size embroidery rings there. You are getting both of those. You're not having to pay extra for that. And then the tutorial videos online, which are just so easy to follow along, and just the whole Singer community that comes around. You swap ideas, answer questions for each other. So what you're gonna be able to take, those old jeans, you're gonna be able to take the old t-shirts. Maybe you found a sweater at a secondhand store that was $4, and now you are going to give it that unique touch and design, or just putting people's names on it, their favorite character on it, whether it is a quilt or a pair of jeans or a cute little apron that we had here earlier. I want you to think about everything you're gonna be able to do. At $799.95, it's the lowest price we have found anywhere in the market. Not only 5 flexible payments, but 18-month VIP financing. So all we're talking about right now is $44. $44.44, that's all we're talking about right now. We cover the shipping and handling. You put that down on your HSN card. We are shipping this out to you. Everything you need is in the box. You're gonna get started immediately.
I know, and I love how you mentioned it's compact and easy. So there's 2 things I wanna point out. This machine with the embroidery arm attached is 20 pounds. 20 pounds. So
that's it.
Like you can easily take this to your sewing club, your sewing retreat, your class, your girls trip. I've gone on a girls trip. We've booked a cabin in the mountains and we sewed out on the porch and it was wonderful. I highly recommend doing something like that, but you can take it with you. The other thing I want to point out is just how easy it is to transition from sewing mode to embroidery mode. So right here is my little accessory tray. Oh, look, there's more chocolate. Okay, I'm telling you.
You know how to do it.
We love our chocolate, but there's some accessories in here. But other than that, I can just pull this whole tray off. It's still in sewing mode, but if I were to attach the embroidery arm that we're using over there, this screen would change to embroidery mode.
Automatically changes. Oh, I love it.
So there's no figuring it out. You just swap one for the other, and then when I take the embroidery arm off and I put this back on, it's back into sewing mode, and it does it for you. It's that easy.
I mean, those features are everything, right? Yes, it's foolproof.
You can sit down and start sewing right away.
Yes, exactly, and it's repeatable results right now. I just want to mention you got to be jumping in right now to take advantage of the free shipping and handling, the 18-month VIP financing. Listen, if you don't have the HSN card, now's a good time to pick one up, and then you can get your Singer on a today's special price. Can we take a look at this?
Can I show you my quilt over here?
This is beautiful, and this is, I think about teachers in the classroom, and I'm going to walk around here real quick.
I'm going to
walk around here and take a look.
So this is our Alphabet Sesame Street quilt. I absolutely love it. So for my quilters out there who are going, I quilt, I don't need an embroidery machine. Why would I use an embroidery machine? Well, this is how. So in the 4 corners of this quilt, we have embroidery designs, but then we have our blocks that are quilted together. We have applique letters, nice and big applique letters. Now the stitching around the applique, that's your satin stitch. So remember, this clear foot that I was showing you, I'm going to come right here on this letter G. This clear foot is what helps you see to go around with that satin stitch in sewing mode. But once we've done the satin stitch and the applique blocks, then we can come up here and do our embroidery designs. How fun is this? Now this one right here, these Sesame Street designs are super cute. We all love Sesame Street. But these are actually available in our My Sewnet software, which there's a free version online. And we have these in our library, so you can, again, use that USB stick to put these designs on that USB stick and stitch them out on this machine.
I mean, is this not just, you think about a teacher or in a nursery or somebody who has a toddler, maybe you're making this for your kids or making this for your grandkids, or you are gifting this. This is what we're talking about. This is the kind of, or whatever their favorite character is, or their name across it.
Or their sports team, or their logos, or whatever you want to put on here. I mean, you really can get personal with it. I just have my first little nephew last year, so I've been making him all the things.
Oh, wow.
I know. My son's 18, so I feel like I'm starting all over with my, so it's like super exciting to have a baby in the family. And so we've been doing all sorts of things, my mom and I, and we love to put his name on things. And my teenager's like, that's not cool, Mom. I don't want that on my shirt. But for a baby onesie, it's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
So we're doing all sorts of fun things, and I just love crafting with him.
I mean, all in this compact machine. We're going to walk back over because I think we only have about 6 minutes left in this presentation, so I want to make sure. But I did hear the embroidery finish. Look at the detail. Look at what we finished. And we started it just at the top of this presentation less than 20 minutes ago.
Now, let me tell you, this embroidery design actually has 2 colors. Do you see this right here?
If we look at the screen,
it's actually telling me that
here?
my thread broke, which is normal. It does happen. We have been running this machine all day.
Yeah, right.
So it's, like I said, letting me know, like, hey, I need to rethread my machine.
Oh, okay.
So it's super simple. Like I said, it stops. It lets me know.
You don't have to wonder why it stopped. Like, why did it stop? What's the problem? It tells you right there.
Yeah.
Right.
So while I rethread, maybe we can show them some of our projects.
Yeah, let's go over some of the projects here, and I'm going to let you guys know what you're. So she's going to rethread real quick. I'm going to let you know, for the first time ever, we have a Singer sewing and embroidery machine on a today's special price. And what are we talking about, what you can do with this machine? We're just talking about personalizing anything and everything, unique gifts, crafting, fashion, home decor, whatever your favorite character is, putting names on it, sports teams, for the kids' baseball team, whatever it is, whatever color. Okay, let me tell you a couple of the features here that you are getting built in. There are 200 embroidery designs already pre-programmed inside, 250 built-in stitches, which you can access with that LED touchscreen, which is intuitive and it is user-friendly. Now, if you want to upload some more designs, you just upload with that USB port as well. There is an auto needle thread feature as well, which is worth it alone. And remember, we are celebrating National Sewing Month here at HSN. This will do 800 stitches per minute, 700 embroidery stitches per minute. And if you have any questions, if this is your very first time, there are so many online video tutorials that you can follow along. Bethany is one of the Singer educators, which I can so tell. Isn't she fantastic? Isn't she great at kind of walking us through and telling us how, giving us ideas? This has been so inspiring. I said earlier that my wife is the crafter and the sewer, but now as I'm watching this, and I see how intuitive it is. Yes, I'm getting all these ideas of gifts I want to give this year.
Be careful. She's going to put you to work.
Yes, she will. Yes, she will. That is for sure. And how fun is this? She's teaching our kids. I have two 15-year-old boys, and she's currently teaching them. But this, again, you hear computerized, you hear electronic, and maybe you think, that's more for me to learn. But in fact, it's the opposite.
It's totally the opposite, because on a mechanical machine, you have dials, and you manually have to set those. And if you don't know what to set them to, you're not going to get the stitch you want, or the look you want, or get the right tension. There's so many variables. And while they're simple and they're great machines, they do make it a little challenging for the beginner. So having something where you can just push the button and say zigzag stitch, and it sets it to a zigzag stitch, it makes it pretty foolproof.
Oh my goodness.
Now it did stop again.
Okay.
Now this time it stopped because it's time for a thread change. So if we can come over to this screen, I want to show you this.
Take a look.
So here it's telling me that I need to change my thread to a different color, because this design calls for 2 colors.
Okay.
But I don't have to do what it tells me to do. Again, we can be creative and crafty over here, right? So I can hit OK, and I can leave my pink thread in.
And say,
and I can keep going.
I see.
And it's going to stop and tell me to trim my thread, but I don't need to, because I didn't start a new color. And I'm going to hit OK and start again.
And there it is, all on a touch screen, all right there. Again, repeatable results, and you are watching it happen right here. To think that I don't know, to think that whether you're a first timer and you're a beginner and you can create something like this, and if it does stop, it's gonna tell you why it's stopping. Here's why you shop with us here at HSN. Because of our relationship with a brand like Singer, 170 years, a legacy brand. Because of our relationship, we're able to bring it to you at the lowest price in the market anywhere for this combination machine here today. Now, a lot of times on a Today's Special, you hear me say, yeah, you know, we brought in 30,000 of something here. I believe we have less than 700 of these to go around. That's it, right? You're not able to get 10,000 of these. We have less than 700 to go around. So if you're sitting there and you're already imagining the gifts you're going to give this holiday season, go ahead and get it home now and start getting creative.
I hope I've inspired you all to try something new. If embroidery is new to you, whether you've sewn before or not, it really is such a fun avenue, such a fun craft, and it really is kind of foolproof. I mean, the creativity is truly up to you.
I love it. You're right, foolproof. That's what Singer has done, right? Singer kind of meets us where we are.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? If you're an expert, they will meet you there. If you were a beginner, they'll meet you there.
But it sets you up to grow.
Yes.
It sets you up to grow. So, like I said, you can start wherever you need to, get comfortable, watch our YouTube videos, and before you know it, you are going to be making all the things. Now, right here on this screen, it gives us a little check mark with our little strawberry logo for our design saying, hey, it's all done. So I can hit OK. Now I'm going to come around from the back side here so you guys can see this. I'm going to lift my foot, and then if we can zoom in right here, I'm going to flip my fabric over. Okay. This little bar right here is where this hoop attaches to the embroidery arm. Okay. This little button, I just push it, and it slides right off. And we have that extra foot lift right here. Okay. So I can lift my foot a little higher and get my hoop right out. It's that easy, it's that simple, it looks that fabulous.
That does look fabulous.
Look, this pink thread looks great on this black fabric, but I did this same design earlier on white fabric. And it looks fabulous as well. This is a rayon thread, this is your embroidery thread. So it's gonna give you that nice satin sheen.